Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Port City Ace, and today I got a special guy, one of my main guys who I've known probably for more than a decade now. He's a 49er
Yeah,
fan, and he's the vice
sure.
president of the Charlotte 49ers chapter, right? So my guy, Shanard,
Right.
how you doing today, my brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I was hoping y'all would lose yesterday so we can fall into that one seed, but
No, man.
you
I
know.
mean, we literally wanted, I think, to give everybody, man, some kind of thrill, you know what I'm saying, to see us lose against the Cowboys, lose against the Saints, and just kind of, round out the week 18 with a victory just to snatch the number one seed and NFC title. You feel me? So I think that's what we wanted to do, man,
Yeah, I wanted a little drama, you know what I mean? A little bit of drama, mix everything up. Have y'all going down to Tampa Bay game one, you know what I mean?
No, we
I don't know.
definitely do that.
End of the day, man, it's false hope for the Cowboys anyway. Don't matter where they go, you know what time it is with them. So it's gonna be funny. I got it, fellas. Yeah, what's going on though? How is everything on your end? Everything good?
Yeah, man, everything looking good, man. Right now, like I said, we got the number one seed. You know what I'm saying, in the NFC conference. We just got another NFC East title. We broke a lot of records this year, not only as far as like team points. We brought AJ Brown over this year from Tennessee, so he ended up first year breaking our leading receiver record with 1,496 receiving yards in his first season with us. Defense got 70 sacks this year, so that's another record that we broke within our franchise, and we were too shy away from the 84 Bears. They had 80. They had 72. We ended up having 70. So I was hoping that we could at least tie that record. But overall, like I said, it's just been a good season this year, man. Running back over 1,000 yards. Like I said, our quarterback had 10 rushing touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, 10 rushing touchdowns. AJ Brown had 11. So, man, we looking pretty good, man, in Philly right now, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to see what y'all do in this wild card round. Waiting to see how that kind of shake out for us. But outside of that, man, I'm content right now. I'm happy. You feel me?
Well, yeah. Let's shoot, man. I mean, I got a lot of good things I'm happy about right now, but I want to see what these questions got because I know you got some trap questions coming for me, and you know what I mean. I know you like some controversial stuff. I listened to a couple of them already, so I know some controversial stuff about to go down. So I got you. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. Well, shit. Well, since you want to get into the controversy out the gate, right? And I kind of think I know you, and we've had conversations, of course, offline in regards to your organization, the 49ers, right? So if let's just say Brock Purdy gets y'all to the Super Bowl, right? Do you keep Trey Lance first off?
I mean, that's one thing. I mean, the one conversation is about keep. Other conversations that we're having in-house is who get the opportunity to star. Of course, we keep them. I mean, we got both of them on the rookie contract. So, for us, until we get a good deal for either one, if we can get either, some of the stuff that we gave up to get the Trey, if the Trey is the one that leaves or has to leave or has to go, maybe we can get something for him back in return. Maybe another one, maybe 2 twos, whatever it is. I mean, no, we'll never get the 3 first rounds that we gave up for him. We never get that back regardless of what he does. Neither for Purdy. I mean, I know front office has made some decisions to invest in what Trey potential could be. I think that kind of has Niner Nation torn a little bit. It's good that we won't have to discuss it right now, but I'm sure going into next season, it'd definitely be top of conversation through the preseason. Even postseason when this is all said and done, regardless of how this ends, if it ends on a rookie mistake, a Jimmy Garoppolo moment, a Super Bowl win, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be a conversation on Brock Purdy and Trey Lance when it's all said and done. It's going to probably divide, households or divide, this 49 organization to one of them is out of the building. Kind of the same thing it did with Trey and Garoppolo. We still have some individuals that didn't feel Garoppolo lost his job. We had others that felt like Garoppolo basically just, put us in some bad situations going down, was unable to, make things happen for us. And then some people just wanted new face, new blood, new opportunity, new scheme. So I see it all the time. I just feel a little different, me personally, because I think your question was for me. Me being a, college football guy, playing at, Division I AA level, being an All-American at that level, even coaching on the college ranks. I think when you got a guy that has shown the ability to get into a game, be prepared for the game, didn't know when no one's going to be called, his ability to anticipate what's going on, learn what's going on, not really hold the team back or be an anchor to the team. I think it's hard to give that spot up. Just give it to somebody. I mean, I'm open competition. I'm fine with it. Somebody beat him out. But just to give Trey or anybody, even if it's, I'm at the point now, even if it's Brady or Rodgers coming over, just them the only two that probably can just walk in there. But being what Purdy has given us, getting us this far, and I think we have some success in the postseason with him, it's gonna be hard for somebody just for me to be understanding. I believe a person that should have that blood, sweat, and tears, dedication, commitment to the team, and I think that's how he won over the locker room. That's gonna be hard to convince some other in locker room guys, coaches, players, fans that Trey may be the guy. So the longer the run is, the harder it's going to be to get back for Trey.
Right. So we already know coming into this year, Jimmy was going to be gone after this year, regardless. Like I feel like even if he won a Super Bowl, I felt like Jimmy was going to be gone regardless of what happened in life. Right. But in regards to, like you say, y'all bringing in possibly Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or something kind of crazy going into next year. Right. Like I really don't see how those guys would actually help y'all. And I know that might sound kind of crazy to some people. What, Tom Brady can't help me or like Aaron Rodgers can't help me? Like if you really been paying attention, like they really ain't been doing what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Or even if that's the case, even if y'all were to bring them in, right? The level of where y'all defense is playing, basically you're literally bringing in Peyton Manning his last year in Denver, where the defense was like literally just dragging him along in like you winning games like you the 2000 Ravens, right? Like, so I feel like with that, that would actually hurt y'all more than help y'all going forward. Like, and I believe what Brock Purdy bring to the game and everything else, I think that he would be really big for y'all going forward because of the mobility and what he can bring to the table in regard to his athleticism, right? So outside of that, you guys are the number 2 seed this week. So like y'all have y'all division rival, Seattle, right? So what do you do with Seattle this week? How do you feel about Seattle this week?
Well, let me clear one thing. At this point, the way Brock Purdy has played, I have less than 10% idea that we even bring either one of those two guys in. Those are my only two if that are out there that may be a potential. So, so back to that. I just wanted to clear it up for somebody that hears this and say, this is a fool. Why we listen to this guy and turn the whole message off? So, that's the only two that would even has enough GOAT status to be able to do that. This weekend, I mean, I always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times, right? We get them at home, so we don't have that, that opportunity to kind of feed off, our crowd. We know what we expect. When I looked at it last night, I mean, I was rooting for the Lions. I mean, it's hard to beat Aaron Rodgers. Yes, we own Aaron Rodgers the last 3, 4, 5 playoffs. I didn't want him to have us a part of his chapter on his closing chapter. So for the Lions to knock them off and us to have an opportunity to get the Seahawks, I'm cool with that. I think Mooney Ward showed that, he can play Metcalf one-on-one, man-to-man. I think we kind of threw their timing off last game by, pressing him, putting one over top when we knew we was going to him, trying to find another answer for Tyler Lockett. I think he broke his finger or something in the last game we played against them. Have better eye discipline in the secondary on the tight ends. But, at the end of the day, I mean, Seattle, I don't remember who all was available last time we played Seattle, but Seattle has to deal with everybody this time. They have to deal with McCaffrey being full strength, Debo being able to go all 65 plays, Kittle's now, he's on a roll. I mean, I think he has like 7, 8 touchdowns in the last 3, 4 weeks. I mean, I don't think we were buzzing at that point last time we played Seattle, and this time they got to deal with everything. I mean, we bringing a whole kitchen sink. The fact that we're even getting healthy on defense, with Kinlaw coming back and Armstead being in the mix, I think they have to deal with everything that we're bringing to the table more so than we haven't adjusted them. So we got a good matchup, a favorable matchup, a opponent that we know. Yeah, they know us too, but I don't know if they just have enough pieces to go around to be able to figure out how they're going to play with us. So I look at the game probably 24-10 this weekend. We got the Saturday game, so we got the first one out of the box. So I believe that tells you the NFL to expect high numbers, or they got one and get us out the way. So I think they expect what we're gonna do.
They got y'all beat the hell out of them already in the head, probably.
Yeah, I got 24-10 is my prediction for the win. That's what I got. Yeah, Ayuk being on his shit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And right now, going into the playoffs and everything else, right? Like we know y'all have the talent. We know y'all have, y'all just added McCaffrey. Of course, Debo is Debo, Kittle is Kittle, and the defense what the defense is, right?
Mhm.
When you guys get deep into the playoffs, right? Because everybody kind of already pencil y'all into either not just the NFC Championship game, but the actual Super Bowl as well, right?
Sure.
As far as your coach track record, do you feel like your coach has learned a lesson from the past, or is it going to be a situation where we can get to the Super Bowl, but it's the same old thing? Like, I understand, yeah, he wasn't, back in, everybody always talks about Matt Ryan, but people forget that Matt Ryan's offense coordinator was y'all head coach, right? And so a
Mhm.
lot of people don't still always give Matt Ryan hell, but they don't give y'all head coach hell in regards to him being an offense coordinator and basically throwing that game away to Tom Brady, right? So as you being a fan and everything that you've kind of seen this year, do you believe that he can right some of those wrongs from the past, or everything else that's led y'all to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I say this. I mean, looking at the maturation of just NFL this year, right? You've seen Dan Campbell come in and have some success because he's going to go for if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, he's going to try his chances. And I do think that Cal has learned some things from his mistakes. When we got opportunity in our zone to potentially score, go for it on 4th down. I think we're going to take a little bit more chances this time to be able to create some moments, go for it on 4th down, play, try to play from ahead, trying to play with the advantage, try to play aggressive. We'll go for it instead of taking field goals all the time. I think we're at a time where we're having some success with, Elijah Mitchell coming back. We can kind of spread some people out, put Elijah Mitchell, Debo, McCaffrey in the game all at the same time. You don't know who's going to receive. You don't know who's going to running back. You don't know what's going on there. So I believe, yeah, he can learn from it. I think it's one of those things, but I also think it's on the players. I think the players know how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl, right? There's always going to be 30 teams that's going to look like we going to be here next year. I mean, I think, if you remember the voiceover or the sound bite we got from Kittles said he'll be back. And I got to believe in some of the players. I think we got some great leadership in Kittles and Trent Williams and those guys. And when it gets that close, sometimes they guys are going to playing hands as well as making sure they don't lose it either. Even in the Kansas City game, losing that, I mean, Tart had a punt drop right in his arms. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a big one. I don't want to blame it on just one play. I'm sure there's 7 plays in the game that always turn the game this way or that way. But I also think, like I said, the players has to understand, but I think on Cal, if it starts with hit leadership and up front, is we got to be aggressive. We got to be Dan Campbell. We got to be those guys that are pushing the envelope a little bit on 3rd down, on 4th down, understanding where is 4 down territory. And that's what I talked about early in the season. If we know we're going for it on 4th down, let's try a run play. If it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, let's get half of it
Just
and
get a
then
little
make
bit
it
of
a more
yards,
manageable.
right?
Let's make it a more manageable 4th down, as opposed to let's see can we pick it all up on 3rd if you know you're going to go for it. We can take a more reasonable approach. So that's one of the things that I think it's a learning moment for Cal, but I think Cal can rebound, and if we get close, I think he's gonna pull out the kitchen sink, and it's gonna be time, man. I mean, he don't want to be that guy. He don't want to be the the Denver Broncos or the Buffalo Bills when they went 3 Super Bowls in a row and lost, and he don't want to be that guy. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Got you.
but yeah.
So considering the fact that, if everything play out the way how, the seating is kind of set up, right? Us 1, 49ers 2, right? And y'all come to Philadelphia. How do you feel that y'all would do in that game against everything that we bring to the table?
So, I know you the host of this show, and here's my thing. I really think the last 4 weeks of the NFC play has been sloppy besides us, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what the true depiction is with Jalen Hurts' shoulder. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that team is built of right now. I don't know how, that is. I don't know how healthy he is. I don't know if it was we got to get our, captain or our potential MVP out there today, so we can get this win and get this one more week to rest up. I don't know. I mean, the one thing I can say prior to him getting hurt, I thought it would be Eagles versus 49ers in that NFC championship game. What does fear me about you guys when I'm looking at the stats and I'm saying, damn, them jokers they averaging 6 sacks a game, doing things like that, being able to, that's the one thing that's different between our two teams. Our teams, yeah, we get pressure with 4, but y'all saying, damn, we bring in the house and we can get it out fast and we're going to tackle. We're going to rally to the
The
football.
crazy part is, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the crazy part is we really are a 4 rush team and we love to play coverage, right? Like that just bothers the hell out of me. Like
Me too.
I prefer my cornerbacks. If I'm paying them $15-20 million as far as cornerback wise, right? Like, I expect you to go out here and go man to man across the board at times. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got at one point this year, we had the number 1 and number 3 cornerbacks as far as their stats wise, right? As far as, you know what I'm saying, like coverage wise, right? And so
Bradbury and Slay, right?
Yeah. So we play so much off coverage to where we're just expecting our defensive line to go in there, kick ass, and then they just kind of get the ball out. But what ends up happening is you give up a lot of slants, you give up a lot of little routes, and it might not be like down the field, right? But it's death by 1,000 cuts. You get what I'm saying? So we're playing off coverage, and we're expecting other teams to drive 11, 13 plays just to score a touchdown, which some teams will do, right? Unless you're just a complete jackass and you're just seeing that we're playing deep and you just want to throw it deep and be a dummy, like that's just stupid. But the games that we have lost, those have been the games that we've lost, where the games the team might end up, like I said, throwing a little slant, 3 yards, all right, cool, boom. Now you got 2nd and 7, then they might run the ball, get 3-4 yards, right? So now let's just say it's 3rd and 3 now, and it's manageable. You get what I'm saying? So those are the games we lose. And by them doing taking roughly 7 to 8 minutes, now by the time we get the ball on damn offense, we look at the clock, now it was damn half the first quarter gone, half the second quarter gone. So like, I want us to actually heat it up a little bit more. In the second half of the season, we have heated it up a little bit more, but it's not still to my liking. Like, I come from Jim Johnson, where Jim Johnson just damn blitz. He don't give a damn what happened. Like,
but y'all ability to get home and get sacks. I mean, we get home. We got one person that terrorizes offensive lines, but you guys got 3 or 4 guys that liable of getting home and getting a sack and playing behind that defense. So, I'm interested to see. I mean, I think if we get there, I think part of our game plan would definitely have to be to spread you guys out, make sure we know what we got forward, make it an easier count or easier box for Brock Purdy to count. I do like his anticipation. I do like his athleticism at the quarterback position. You've seen him make some hell of a throws, some untimely throws, where they're a blitz is coming. He sees it coming. I see him stand in the pocket and even take a shot up under the chin, and get back up and go back and hunt and do it again. So those are things that excite me. When I look at the rest of the playoffs on the NFC side, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I don't know what team I'm going to get out of the Cowboys, as much as I'd love to laugh at them and their failures in the playoff.
Right.
But what Dak showed me yesterday, I don't expect them to be here much longer than Monday night. I guess we'll all sit up late for that. But what he showed me yesterday, that's trash football. That's trash football. So if that is what they're gonna show, I got Tampa Bay winning that game. Again, I'm not impressed with the last 5 games with the Vikings either. So, I'm gonna go with the run game and Danny Dimes and see can they get them a win. You know what I mean? I think having you guys, I think you guys have a threat at receiver. One guy that can just take over show AJ Brown, right? I think Justin Jefferson with the Vikings, they have that as well. Like, I think we may be the only one that doesn't have one person that takes over the show, but we got multiple that you got to stop. So I think that's what gives us the advantage over anybody that we see. I don't know, man.
I mean, I feel like in regards to my receivers, offensive line, offensively, I feel like we literally are the best. I feel like, personally, right? And because if you look at what Devontae Smith has done from the time he got in the league, right? And of course, by us bringing AJ Brown in, it actually opens him up a lot more in regards to what he can do on a number 2 cornerback. Like, he gonna give any number 2 cornerback that work, that business. You get what I'm saying? So, and I understand, Kittle's been out, Dallas Goedert has been out, right? And of course, Kittle, him with the wrestling and all this other kind of stuff, like, he's a fan favorite, right? But if you just look at just what he brings to the table, as well as Dallas Goedert brings to the table, like, it's not too off, like, for me personally. You get what I'm saying? And so, offensive line wise, I know it's not a sexy topic, right? But we have the best. You get what I'm saying? So, I understand, you got Christian McCaffrey back there, and just with the name and everything that he brings, that's a whole nother story, right? Because of who he is and the family and all this other kind of stuff like that. But this is Miles Sanders' best season. Now, of course, if you want to say y'all beating us in running back, I can live with that. If you consider Debo a running back, I can live with that, right? But Yeah, that's about all I'm gonna give you. I just don't see.
No, listen, I ain't that's what we definitely not gonna agree. I mean, you got a receiver. I think your top receiver is better than all the receivers we have in house. But other than the quarterback position, I'm not gonna give you a heads over heels or a little bit advantage in that. I think again, the idea of being able to have, I can go through my top 5, top 6 ball carriers, and I'm sure that you would look at my list and say that's pretty damn good. Like, I go McCaffrey, Debo, Kittles, Ayuk, um, and then we'll go. That's in McCaffrey already.
Yeah.
Ayuk, and then I'll go. My boy come back, Elijah. You know what I mean? I think he can be 100 yard guy come Sunday. So again, it's more weapons just to move around. I think the MVP or the MVP candidate in y'all quarterback makes that the difference. But I'm not downplaying what we have as well. So I like the young guy. I like the guy being able to play carefree. He act like he's playing with house money. I think Kyle has put him in some good positions to look at, what the defense is giving us and making some plays and drawing up. I think we schemed some hell of a plays too. And I think if we notice you guys are going to be aggressive with bringing them forward, we're going to make sure that secondary can tackle. We're going to make sure that secondary can tackle, and we're going to screen the hell out you, and we're going to make sure that secondary can tackle. Secondary, that back seven will have to tackle, and that's what I think we do well as a team, is tackle in the secondary. Besides my boy Lenore, he been giving up a lot right now. He been giving up the church's money, but then I think we pretty good in that game. And I think that's what separates us in that. But I think you guys front four, across the board, 1 through 4, you guys get more pressure than we do. We still got some guys standing around waiting waiting to Bosa to make a play, and that's a little hurtful. But in the same sense, it is what it is.
Got you. All right, so of course I know you have y'all winning. If y'all see us in the championship game, right? But on the AFC side, who do you see y'all playing in regards to getting back to the Super Bowl?
So this might be the controversial. They may take this down. One, I think the NFL is rigged. Okay. Bro, I looked at that kickoff yesterday, bro. By all means, I'm blessed to that. I play as a football player. That thing brought me to tears when I seen Monday night with DeMar Hamlin. But I watched that kickoff return line. It looked like some people chopped it back down in second gear when that boy was running that first thing home for some. I'm gonna start with that first, but I'm always go with Kansas City, man. I mean, I'm gonna go with Kansas City. As much as I like, what the Bills bring to the table. I like Cool Joe, but I don't know if Cool Joe gonna do it. I mean, I'm gonna go with Kansas City. I want my rematch. I want my lick back. So I'm gonna just start rooting for Kansas City because I want my lick back anyway. Anybody else get there, it's gonna be highly disappointing to me. I want a lick back. I think that's the storybook that I want the NFL to help me write is let's get our lick back.
Gotcha. So. Yeah, I had the Eagles and the Bills getting to the Super Bowl, of course, before all this, stuff happened with Hamlin anyways. But I just had the Bills getting to the Super Bowl on that side just because I think that they've already gone through the fire already, multiple seasons. And I think that this just would have been their year to kind of break through. And especially now with the whole Hamlin thing and, just kind of how it's looking right now. Like you said, it might be rigged, but it just looked
a little phony yesterday, just a little bit. It looked like wrestling a little bit to me yesterday.
Hey, that's, what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the way it's kind of playing out right now on that side. You know what I'm saying? If it's a close call or, you ain't really had to make that call, but you made that call now is going to kind of fall more on the Bill side than, whoever they're going to play kind of going forward, right? So that's just how I feel about it, man. But yeah, man, my brother, man, I definitely appreciate you, kind of coming on the show, man, and talking about these 49ers, bang, bang, gang, and all that other good stuff that y'all do on that side of
it. Man, we go hard here in the city, man. You would think being a East Coast, being on the East Coast here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and having the awareness of having a large fan base on the East Coast for a West Coast team, it benefits us that, that most of their games are at 4, so we don't have to really compete with the game time at the 1:00 game time when the Panthers are playing, so we can kind of get a bar that's kind of for us, by us, you know what I mean? So it kind of it helps itself out for us having a West Coast team that we're rooting for. But we got a great fan base here. It definitely showed when we came to the East twice this year. We came to Charlotte to play the Panthers, and the very next week we went to Atlanta. I thought we had big showings that way. Being a vice president, it carries a lot of weight, but in the same sense, just pushing the envelope, man. We just want to make sure that fans are welcome here in Charlotte. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's hard to find great fan bases in other cities, especially other cities that have NFL teams, right? So we are here in Charlotte. We talk a lot of shit. We blow a lot of whistles. We come out in large numbers. So I look forward to it. I mean, I hate that seeing the number one Philadelphia Eagles couldn't finish their run with a quarterback being hurt, and I don't want that to be part of the chapter ending. But, you know, 4 weeks ago when we first started, you know, you thought about having me on. I was ready to talk Brock Purdy, because know, you and I said early on, I called you early in the season. I was like, I don't know about this Trey Lance thing. Yeah. I say, I'm looking at these preseason games, watching he throw. I say, Brock Purdy's the best quarterback in the building. Yep. And people was like, you ain't say that. Ain't no way I already seen it. How you know that? I'm like, bro, I watch football. I was a football coach at one point. So
I will give you that. You were literally, I think, the only person that probably even knew who the hell Brock Purdy was outside of him being so relevant. Like, seriously, like I must admit, I'm one of the people, I do give people the credit. When they
appreciate that.
You literally was the only person I ever heard that even said the word Brock Purdy to me ever in life. So you are correct, my brother. But yeah, literally, you know, let everybody know what's your contact in regards to 49ers if they want to kind of contact you to do some other things. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll get your information. I'll put it down in the description as well. You know what I'm saying? Just so other people who are 49er gang and possibly, you know, in the Charlotte area, because I also do put this out in some of the Charlotte area, you know, sporting situations or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you might find a few people there that possibly didn't even know that Charlotte had a 49er group per se, right? Which is kind of hard because I've literally been to a 49er situation with you this year. We all played Charlotte and everything else, and I know how crazy the 49ers can get in regards to the fans and all that kind of stuff. But hey, my brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for your time and everything else. And you know, next time we talk, we might be talking about the championship game, us and y'all in the championship game. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that might be our next conversation here on Philly Fan Sports. But hey, until next time, my brother, thank you for everybody that was watching. And thanks to my guy, Shenard, and the time that he gave me. All right.
For sure. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, be easy.